The restaurant was quiet, bathed in the soft golden light of chandeliers that reflected off wine glasses and crisp white tablecloths. It was one of those places where people whispered instead of talked, where laughter sounded like an interruption. Yet, that night, the silence at one table told a story louder than any noise ever could. A man in his early 30s sat nervously, his fingers fidgeting with the edge of the menu. Across from him sat a woman, her head slightly bowed, her breathing uneven. They were both victims of something cruel, though only one of them knew it. Before we go further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the beauty of hearts over appearances, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Thread. It helps us spread the stories that remind the world what humanity truly means. His name was Ethan, a single dad who had been through more in 5 years than most people go through in a lifetime. After losing his wife to cancer, he had raised his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, all on his own. Life hadn't been kind, juggling 2 jobs, school runs, and endless bills, but Ethan still carried a quiet grace about him. He wasn't the man who complained, he was the one who smiled through pain, because he knew little eyes were always watching him. His co-workers, however, didn't understand that kind of strength. To them, Ethan was the boring dad, the quiet guy who never went to parties or dated anyone. They thought he needed to live a little. So one afternoon, out of boredom and misplaced humor, they decided to set him up on a blind date. What Ethan didn't know was that it was all a cruel prank, a joke they would record to share in their group chat. They found a kind-hearted woman named Rachel, someone who had spent most of her life being judged for her size rather than her soul. She had no idea she was part of a setup either. To her, it was a genuine date with someone who might finally see her for who she was. When Ethan arrived that evening, he was wearing his cleanest white shirt, the one his daughter called his lucky one. Rachel, on the other hand, had spent hours mustering the courage to come. She had been stood up before, laughed at before, and yet she chose to try again. But when she entered
en la política ya pelearse no sirve, porque no estás intercambiando las ideas como corresponde. Se fue el bot, ¿no?
Ujú.
No creo que estés intercambiando las ideas como corresponde. Porque
Pero
vos
eso
no vas a
depende del
hacer,
tipo de...
vos no vas, no, estoy hablando de pelea, no de discusión. Vos no vas a cambiar a un hincha de Boca a pasarlo a ser de River, porque nadie busca eso. Pero en la política yo creo que intentan, eh, o debería intentar, que queden como, no de acuerdo al 100% pero que todos tiremos para el mismo lado, que es el bienestar, ¿no? De todo el mundo.